One of the biggest surprises was that before the cohort, I had friends who were maybe from the consulting background, tech background, marketing background, but I didn't have any close friends that were from design background. Just talking about Figma with people, just talking about design with people, it was such a adrenaline hit for me.
Post the cohort, did you go the freelance route, internship route, full-time route? Can you just talk in a little bit more detail?
As the cohort ended, I was applying at a lot of jobs, giving a lot of interviews, talking to a lot of freelance clients because I had four offers in hand. Took a final job, and it was more or less 200% raise from my initial job that I had before the interviews.
What's up, Ansh? Welcome to the show, bro. How's it
Hi,
going?
thank you. All good.
Awesome. Let's start at the top, bro. What I want to know is two things primarily. When did you get started with design? And then why did you get started with design?
All right. So when talking about designing, I from when I was growing up, I was always intrigued by these screens and these visuals. So that there were two very important, significant moments in my life. When first when the iOS 7 was launched, and second when Windows 8 was launched, I was so intrigued by these designs. I remember I used like the oil pastels and the paints to just design those Metro US screens on
Yeah.
paper. So I was very intrigued. But as I grew up, I went more into the direction of tech or marketing. So, but when I was in the second year of my college, I was made the social media head of this marketing society I was a part of. And now I had in my mind that I'll just revolutionize this page. I'll just grow this page. I had so much ideas, but one limitation I faced was that I wasn't really able to express my ideas very well. So I just downloaded an app called Adobe Spark Post. It was Adobe's free mobile app for designing. So I just started designing on that, and I made two posts, three posts. That was a time when Chris Do was trending on Instagram. The carousels was a thing. So
Yeah.
started designing at
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
time. I was very inspired by them. So started designing, got appreciated by a lot of people. Everyone liked it, so I just started designing and designing and designing. And for the next year, almost every day I made one carousel for the social media page, and that consistency did pay well as I got a lot more better at the craft, as also got a lot more confident at how to design. So that paid well. I also was able to grow page from 300 followers to some 1500 followers due to that. This got me into design. This was my start getting into design.
Hmm. Got it. And so when you were doing this, were you exploring other stuff or was it like, I'm all in on this? Like how long, I'm trying to understand how long did it take you to fully commit to saying, I really want to go deep into this?
Yeah. So at this time when I was designing for social media, my main aim for a career was either marketing or tech. Because my why behind a career option was always impact, that I want to create as much as impact as I can as an individual. So I always thought that okay, I'll just do development. Okay, I'll just do advertising and marketing. Design was something to me was never a career option at that point because I thought that it's only about just creating visuals. But 1 year more passed. At the end of my third year, I started getting into design a bit more. I got an internship at Front Row based on the carousels I made as a graphic designer, and there I got the chance to work on some app widgets. I was tasked with optimizing widgets for better conversion. That really intrigued me. And then I also got introduced to UI UX design. So that was, I think, the changing point where I realized that it's not only about creating visually aesthetic pieces, but also having some backing at it. It has some logic at it. I actually make some difference to that. And so, yeah, that was the time I got fully into UI UX. I said that I think UI UX is for me because I was interested in marketing, design, and tech, and all of these three things combine and UI UX. Through marketing, I got to know a
True.
bit more about
Yep.
customer psychology, user psychology. Design was always how it looks and how it works, and then tech always helps as a UI UX designer. So it all came together at that point when I was graduating from college, and that was the time I got fully into it.
Awesome. So when you were figuring all this out, I would be curious to know what was the magnet that attracted you to 10K designers? Maybe, when you first saw it, but what was the
Yeah.
strongest part that got you to actually enroll in the cohort?
Yeah, so for 1 year after that, I was completely self-learned, product designer. I got some freelance projects. I managed to land a job, but I wasn't very confident. So I just surrounded myself with everything UI UX on social media, wherever I do stuff, and a lot of places, a lot of people I follow that post about UI UX. I realized a pattern. There was a tag of 10K designers right below their name. So at that time, I got really curious. Why is everyone coming from 10K designers? How is it possible? So I just looked it up. I found you. I found your videos. I started just doing those videos. And at that time, I thought, yo, I have to be a part of this. This is something amazing. These people are creating such great things. What if I can be a part of this? So that is one of the major points I got into that.
Awesome. So going from that to actually enrolling, your first week in the cohort, like participating in breakout rooms, you were there in the live sessions, we're meeting every Wednesday, Saturday. When you were actually in the cohort, what was like maybe the biggest surprise for you? Like the stuff that you did not expect?
So, one of the biggest surprises was that before the cohort, I had friends who were maybe from the consulting background, tech background, marketing background, but I didn't have any close friends that were from design background. So, just talking about Figma with people, just talking about design with people, it was such a adrenaline hit for me because I was enjoying that so much. Just having people around who are all designers just like you. They understand your pain points, they understand what you're trying to do. You can just share anything with them. So that community aspect was something that I knew that it would be there, but I didn't expect it to feel so awesome. Honestly, so that was one big surprise I felt in enjoying the 10K designers.
Nice, nice. So, as part of 10K, of course, you worked on the assignments, you built your case study. And yeah, now it's been a few months since you graduated from the cohort. But maybe talking about the towards the end of the cohort, what were some of your, let's say, results, wins, or in general, just take us to that moment in time. What was happening for you post cohort?
All right. So a couple of things. First thing was that since I was transitioning from graphic design, I knew how to make things look good, kind of, but wasn't really confident on the UX part. I never really knew how to actually approach a problem, how to actually work on a solution. So that is one thing. At the end of the cohort, I realized, yes, I know how to approach a problem. I know the mental models. So that was one big impact I had as a product designer. I could be more confident in the UX part of it as well. Apart from that, as the cohort ended, I was applying at a lot of jobs, giving a lot of interviews, talking to a lot of freelance clients. I realized this that while talking to them, I was a bit more confident. I was able to express the ideas, the pitch, and everything so much more clearly. And it also helped me land four offers. I had four offers in my hand when I was about to take the job, and I took a final job, and it was more or less 200% raise from my initial job that I had before 10K designers, and that was also probably
Nice, bro.
yeah.
Awesome. So, post the cohort, did you go the freelance route, internship route, full time route? Can you just talk a little bit more detail?
Yeah, so my main objective was to go to full-time route. But after the cohort, I thought that maybe I should just take up a few freelance projects before actually going into a full-time job and committing. Because I also wanted to experience different industries before committing to one. So I did a couple of freelance projects in multiple industries for maybe around 1 to 2 months, and then I got into the full-time job. So even when I was a part of the cohort, I was taking freelance projects as a side thing so that what I'm learning here I can apply straight up there. So that was something I was doing at that time also.
Awesome, bro. Can you tell us a little bit about your job search experience? I'd be curious to know what was that just process like, if you could give us some insight.
Yeah, regarding job search. So I was sourcing jobs from multiple places. One was definitely our opportunities tab in Discord, where I found a lot of great leads. Apart from that, initially I was trying the traditional route, just going to LinkedIn, looking up jobs, who is hiring. But then I realized if I see a job on LinkedIn, I straight up apply to it. It doesn't really give me any return. Maybe because of the LinkedIn algorithm, or I don't know. So what I did was that I went on Angel List. I looked up which companies are hiring, and rather than just applying from there, I saw that who's the hiring manager on LinkedIn, and then mailed them personally with a personalized mail that. Firstly, I also studied what exactly their organization does, what exactly they're trying to do. And if I liked it, I mailed them that this is something that I'm really passionate about. I love that you folks are doing that. And I would love to contribute to this vision. And then I also formed a cold email which was like iterations. I firstly formed a very long email kind of telling my whole life story and whatnot. But then
Yeah.
as time went, as I realized that this is not getting good conversions, I ended up with a small, crisp, to the point email that just told that why do I stand apart as a designer? What will I bring to the table that other designers can't? Something like that. And then I mailed it with, in addition to that research I've done about that company. So this was my main strategy approaching the job search. And yeah, this and
Awesome.
obviously just mailing directly to the people in the opportunities tab. And after all, I went for the job that I got from the opportunities tab.
Awesome. So, can you tell us a little bit more about with Higher Brain? You're working with them now. How long has it been? And of course, what's the day to day working as a designer? What's that like?
So working with Hybrid, I think my work ethic has changed before 10K and after 10K. So now I work with Hybrid, and my work is more UX focused than UI focused. So my work is more around that they have a product that cater. It's a SaaS tool that helps clients hire better, helps clients hire more efficiently and better people. It has some algorithm that helps them. So my job there is to improve their product overall and see what can be improved. Currently, like I am working with a new client that they have closed and working on a specific requirement that the client has. So I recently went on a call with I think there were like 9 to 12 users, potential users. I took interviews with them. I got some really cool insights, and I also validated my hypothesis that I had. And after that, I'm just currently working on wireframes, some flows that we could show them, do usability testing. So currently in the phases of showing it to the stakeholders, getting them to agree on my designs, also listening to what they think would be a better solution. So overall, the work experience at Highbrain has been pretty good. I think Ansh, before 10K designers would have had faced a lot of problems because of he did not have a very clear approach to solving problem or just a very clear process. But now I think I'm relatively more clearer when approaching a problem or just design.
Awesome, bro. Thanks a lot, by the way, for sharing the whole story. It was really useful that you actually drew out the whole timeline of, how you started with this, all that, because for people starting out, it's a big point of confusion. But you know what? Final question, if to wrap up the whole thing, and this is a bit of a weird one, but if you could time travel, right, and you could, like, you are right now talking to your past self, right, during that time. So let's just say before the cohort or during that time when you were figuring things out, what would you say to yourself?
Okay, tricky one. So, what would I say to myself? One thing I would say to myself is that while even enrolling in 10K or just moving forward as a product designer, I was very confused that is this thing even meant for me? Am I really good at it? Because from a distance, it looks very complex. It also looks very simple. क्या है, screening तो बनानी है. But when you get closer, it gets a bit complicated. What is this process? What is this long case study? Why are you doing it like that? So I would just say that first of all, stay calm. Be patient, and if you're getting into 10K, first of all, get into it. And secondly, after enrolling, give as much time and effort as you can. Because one thing I've seen is that the amount of time and effort you put into it, the amount of people you talk to, the amount of things you become a part of, be it just a collaborative assignment or be it just a midnight launch, the more time and effort you put in, the more value you get. It's not as simple as just watching videos and saying, "Yo, make aata hai." You have to put in time, but when you put it, you realize that it was completely worth it.
Awesome, bro. And
Yeah,
by the way, piece of advice to all of you who are enrolling in, keep that in mind. Thanks a lot, Ansh. Thank you for this.
yeah. Thanks. Thanks.